In this video, we'll be looking for some count functions. Let's see that. We have count, count A, count blank, count if. We have something permutation and combination. Let's see that one by one. So I'll first start with the count function. Now if you see, I have different type of data on the screen. I have date, number, decimal number, and then I have boolean values. Then I have the error messages and some text. So what if I want to count the numbers? I'll count the numbers using this function as count from A2 to A7. Let's see what answer I'll get is. In this entire A2 to A7 till here, if you see, there are three type of numbers given here. One is this A3 number, second is date, which can be counted as a number. Third one is, if you see there's a decimal, again it's a number. So how do I get it result? So I'll just type here in this place equal to count, right? And I'll select A2 to A7. So imagine, and you can understand what things it will be accepting. So the text it will not consider, the formula, the error message and the boolean value, only the first three it will accept and give me the answer. So answer will be given as 3. Now similarly, I just want to find out whether this 3, 1 are the properly numbers or not. So count function is used to count only numbers, neither text, neither error messages, neither the boolean values. So I'll type here just to understand A5 to A7, what is the value given here. So I'll type here equal to count and open the brackets, select here A5 to A7 just to check it whether it's properly given or not, and I'll press enter. So once I press enter, it says there are 0 numbers present in this A5 to A7. Whereas into A2 to A4, these three are all numbers. One is the date, second is the decimal, and the third one is number itself. So count function is used here. Next is, if I want to count non-empty cells, basically non-empty cells, how should I count? So I want to find out from A2 to A7, everything will be counted. A number, a text, a boolean value, a date, a decimal, everything, error messages also. So I'll just type here a function just to count. I'll type here equal to count A. Count A, if you see, when you open the bracket, when you type it, you'll get it. Counts the number of cells that range that are not empty. So non-empty cells have been used here. Open the bracket and I'll select A2 to A7. How many are there? Total 6. So once I press enter, you see the answer, I've got 6. So everything it counts. So imagine if by mistake, if one cell is deleted, I'll press 1 delete. So this is an empty cell, and if you see, the answer changes to 5. I'll keep a cursor on this place, delete it. So there are 2 empty cells, remaining are non-empty. So you see the answer changes automatically. So count A is a function used to count non-empty cells. What about the empty cells? I have similar function, that is count blank. I want to find out how many blank cells are present in this database. So if you see from A2 to B4, all these cells, there is 2 cells which are empty. So I have a function to find out only empty cells. So I'll just type here in this cell equal to count blank, the third one. When you go to the third one using arrow keys, you can just press tab from a keyboard and that gets selected. So it says what is your range? I'll say my range is from this cell A2 to B4 and I'll press enter. If you observe, there are 2 cells, answer expected is 2. If I delete this value, which is 6 given here, I'll delete this value. So you see the answer changes to 3. So count blank is used to count the blank cells. Next I have count if. So I have data which is apple, oranges, peaches and again apples, and the data is given here. What I want is, I want to count how many apples are present in this column. So if you observe, there are 2 apples present. How many peaches are present? There are 1 peaches. So I'll write here a result here. For explanation I have given here how many apples are present in this column from A2 to A5. So I'll type here equal to count if function, and it says 2 things. One is your range and second is your criteria. So my range is this one, in which I am trying to find out the values, comma, and second one, it says what is your criteria. My criteria is in apple, right? So I can write a text in double quotes like this and close the bracket. So apples are how many? 2. I'll press enter. I'll get the answer as 2. So this is one way by which you can write the answer. Another way is, like, what you can do is, you can, instead of this apples, what you can do is, you can just give the cell number. So I'll remove this. Okay, equal to count if, open the bracket, that's my range, comma, and this is my cell number, that's my criteria. So I'll just give this cell number as my criteria and I'll press enter. So once I press enter, I'll get the answer as 2. Similarly, one more example I'll just show. If you want to find the peaches, how many peaches are present here in this place? There's only 1 peaches. So I'll just type here equal to count if. It says again, what is your range? This is my range. I'll select the range, comma, what is your criteria? My criteria is peaches, comma, either you write in double quotes or you can select the cell number. So I'll just select the cell number peaches and I'll close the bracket. So this is how I'll get the answer as 1, enter. So I've got the answer as 1. So now if you keep on changing, if I change here some apple instead of oranges, if I type here apples, enter. So you see the count has changed automatically 3. So count if is used to count based on the condition. So therefore the name is given as if, count if, right. Next I have something known as permutation combination. Mostly it is used in the mathematical problems, how we can solve it. For explanation, for people who are looking for the first time, you see the equation for permutation is, that is the n factorial upon n minus k factorial. So if I insert some value as, and here's the example given, total number of objects are how many? 4, and number of objects in each permutation are given as 3. So if I keep on calculating using a pen and paper, it takes longer time. If I use with the help of this function, that is a permute, I can get the answer as 24. So how do I write this function in this Excel? I have to just write as equal to permute, and it gives me two options, two parameters. One is the number and second is number chosen. So for me this is the number, comma, and what is the number chosen? I have this number of options which I have chosen, and I'll press enter. So that is, if we calculate via this formula and I press enter, I'll get the answer as 24. If I change the number as, instead of 4, if I type here 6, you see the answer changes automatically. So if you verify, the answer is absolutely correct with respect to this permutation. This is about the permutation. How about the combination part? For combination, this is the function which is given here, that is n factorial upon k factorial into n minus k factorial, and this is the example given. Possible 2-person team that can be formed out of 8 candidates. I have 8 candidates. How many possible teams I can form using 2 candidates in each pair itself? So for that, how do I use it? I have to use this function, that is the combination, equal to combination, equal to combin, open the bracket, and it says 8 team of 8, and I want size of 2 in each team. How many different types of teams I can make? And I'll press enter. So I'll get the answer as 28. So similarly, if you keep on changing the values, the answer will be correct if you verify with this help of this formula. That is for combination n factorial upon which is k factorial into n minus k factorial. So these are all the topics which you have seen, that is the count, count A, count blank, count if, permutation, combination. So I hope you have understood all the concepts in this. That's all for this video.